Dr. Kathryn Ringwald, and I'm Head of Undergraduate Programmes at Glamorgan Business School, and I'd like to talk to you about 100 years, 100 days, 1,000 voices, an initiative that we have this year for International Women's Day. Imagine it's 1911. King George V had been on the British throne less than a year. A miner in South Wales could expect to earn £1.12 a week. Married women didn't work and had an average of 4.8 children. Working women were mostly in domestic service, shop assistants or manufacturing industry, spinning and weaving, etc. Boys and girls would be working at the age of 14 and continued to work until after they were 70. Life expectancy then for men was just 50 years old and women 54. Influenza, measles, rheumatic fever, polio were all killer diseases. Liberal Chancellor Lloyd George introduced old age pensions in 1909 and national insurance in 1911 and laid the foundations for the welfare state we know today. But Lloyd George was not a great supporter of votes for women. In June 1911, 40,000 women demonstrated for votes for women on the streets of London, and in March of 1911, the first International Women's Day was organised by Clara Zetkin, a German social democrat committed to achieving votes for women across the world. Some women in the UK got the vote in 1918, when Prime Minister Asquith saw what they had achieved during World War I, and the suffragette movement had burned Lloyd George's house down. The first woman MP to take her seat in the House of Commons was Nancy Astor. She became Tory MP for Plymouth in 1919, but was never popular with women as she'd not been part of the suffragette movement. All women were given the vote in the UK in 1928, but the International Women's Day movement has continued to campaign on women's issues ever since. Equal opportunities, access to healthcare and freedom from oppression remain the goals of the movement, and there is still much to be done. 100 years, 100 days, 1,000 voices, creating an archive of women's voices in Wales in 2011. This year marks the centenary of International Women's Day, which is celebrated around the world on the 8th of March every year. The theme this year is equal access to education, training, science and technology, the pathway to decent work for women. The organisers of International Women's Day want the centenary to make the women of the past proud, the women of today inspired, and the women of the future envisioned. To celebrate this landmark anniversary, students and staff at Glamorgan Business School and the Faculty of Humanities and Social Science are launching an exciting and ambitious venture which you can play an important part in. 100 Years, 100 Days, 1,000 Voices is an initiative which celebrates 100 years of International Women's Day by taking 100 days between January and May 2011 to collect an archive of 1,000 comments, quotes, memories and stories from women of all ages living in Wales in 2011, focusing on education, work and family over the last 100 years. The voices will be captured in a number of ways. Staff and students will be talking to friends, neighbours, colleagues and family members. We will also be contacting politicians, sportswomen and entrepreneurs, as well as women in the arts and entertainment. Most importantly, we want you to make a personal contribution from your own life experience, expectations, aspirations, achievements, disappointments, personal stories or memories that say something about the experience of women since 1911. It can range in length from a short tweet to a 500-word piece. You're welcome to make more than one contribution. It can cover any aspect of education, work, business or family life. Contributions can be submitted in hard copy, via email, Facebook, Twitter or YouTube. If you go to the Business School website, you will find the various ways in which you can make your contribution. We understand that some contributors will want to remain anonymous. We'll respect your right to have your name withheld if you indicate this clearly when submitting your contribution. However, we believe that the contributions need to be identified within their time, so please indicate your age or year of birth, or include a clear reference to the date so that we can place your contribution in the correct chronological sequence. We plan to publish extracts from the archive later this year, with all proceeds donated to Glambiz Gifts Chosen Charity Oxfam. The complete archive will finally be donated to the Welsh Women's Archive to be preserved for future generations. The project is being endorsed by Chwarae Teg, and we will be having a media campaign to support this in the near future. We very much hope that you found this idea interesting and exciting, and that you'll make your contribution today. Thank you.